I mean, it's a big part of his grappling. It's not just grappling with his arms, but utilizing his legs for control.
Big left hands from Nurmagomedov.
Again, full mount, back mount.
There's the choke.
He's got it, it's under the neck.
There it is.
Nope, it's on the chin.
There's the tap. Still undisputed. Khabib Nurmagomedov has finished Conor McGregor tonight.
Got his back, got his neck, got under the neck, was cranking his neck. It was really more of a neck crank than it was even a choke. If you look at it, he's not even under the chin. And Conor forced the tap. And Khabib's still furious. Even after Conor taps, Khabib's getting up. He screams at him.
Edgar doing everything in his power to try to get Swanson out of there. Swanson covering up. 10 seconds to go in the fight.
Just terrific dominance on the ground.
That's it! Frankie Edgar gets the late finish!
With seconds to go, he pulls it off. Goes for the choke here last minute, cranking the neck and gets the tap immediately from Cub Swanson. Incredible.
You can't draw it up much better than that for Frankie Edgar.
Many of them were blocked, but some of them definitely got through. But in terms of aggression, Ortiz has really come out a knee there by Ortiz. And he continues to score.
Yeah. That's where he's improved so much. Now he's trying to land something.
Tight half Nelson. He's got the head ripped up pretty hard. This could be
There's a tap. There's a tap. It's over. Tito Ortiz used his fists. He used his legs. He used his elbows. And he wins by submission. He tees off. And then he goes back to some of his basics. Finds a submission. Takes it. And finishes the fight.
And he is really stretching the neck of Kondo there. I've done this in wrestling before to pin people. You lift on the very back of the head, and by doing so, it's literally a choke. You're forcing the chin into the chest. He has no way to get air, particularly when the pulse is racing.
8 career wins by submission for Claudio Silva, who is putting a 13-fight winning streak on the line here tonight.
Big punches. I mean, those punches are loud. That's what he wants.
Soften him up with the punches. Now trying to crank that neck, maybe get under the chin. There's the tap. Claudio Silva with a submission of Cole Williams.
Right here, I mean, the neck crank, the chin is in there, but it hurts so bad. We've seen Damian Maia get that same choke.
I tell you, for a first-round bout, this is going to expend a lot of energy for both these fighters. And there's that elevator, and Tatarov has him, and that's probably going to be the end of it right here. There it is.
Technique. What a move by Tatarov. Technique.
It always seems to come down to that, Jim, the ability to be able to move on the ground.
And look at the poise and the confidence shown by Tatarov.
A good sequence by Frank Shamrock, mixing kicking and punching, using the kick as the jab and following it up with the right hand. And it is definitely Lober's right eye.
Frank has put him down, and now John McCarthy breaks them up, and it is over. Frank Shamrock retains his middleweight belt for the 4th time at 7:40 of our middleweight championship bout. There's the tap. It was a tap. It was a tap. John Lober tapped at 7:40.
To play the hand fighting game and not allow him underneath his chin. Oh, a huge neck crank now from Issa. That looks just awful. And
there's the tap. Leandro Issa with back-to-back submission wins. And tonight as a large underdog against Lucas Sasaki. Impressive performance start to finish for Brodinho.
Excellent work there from Issa. Sasaki tried to turn the wrong way out of back control. Issa used it to apply that neck crank.
Oh, Sanchez is going to be in trouble here. Oh,
Coleman landing a right hand, another right hand. Look out.
He's going to go for a choke right here.
Going for the submission. Coleman looking to end it quickly. Another punch to the face.
Walk out, Julio, walk out. Let's go.
Coleman tried, and there's the tap out. That's it.
This is the same kind of finish you see in wrestling. It's the best to expose the shoulders, lift the head, put the chin in the navel, and it really is an effective choke. And as we've seen at the UFC, that usually results in a broken hand, not a knockout.
Now Severin punching from the ground.
It's not a good area to hit. Those were little rabbit ones trying to get Coleman to move, shift position, and that's it.
Coleman shoved him out, and Severin tapped out, and Coleman is on fire. Oh, is he charged up like a caged lion?
Right here, Severin tried to turn to his belly, and there is when he exposed his head fully, and that's when Coleman cinched it tight.
And Don, I was saying to be patient when he was on his side. He was being patient. He was still getting a flow of oxygen, and then when he rolled a little bit, that's when he got choked out.
Quintello the same, Joe.
Oh, shot for a leg. Or should I say drop down for a leg?
Hey, the ground game is what Kevin Jordan would like to do. But he can't get Quintello down.
Yeah, he's very tired. He's got to suck that knee into his chest. It's a bad spot. Paul Quintello.
Oh,
he tapped. He had a guillotine.
The guillotine by Paul Quintello. Kevin Jordan taps. Quintello's 2-0 in the octagon.
And he's got it with one arm. He tapped him. It was some sort of. Let's take a look at that again. It looked like it's some sort of a neck crank. It was a one-arm guillotine. Look, he's got it here with one arm, and he taps him. Very unusual.
Looked like he had that neck pulled forward, Joe.
Here it is. We can see it from this angle.
Almost like the neck crank,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
neck crank.
Yeah.
A one-armed neck crank. Wow.
Tank on top working against Steve Jenham.
It's a very bad position for
He
Jenham.
taps out. Jenham
up
taps
against the
out.
fence.
He had nowhere to go. His head was crowded against the fence. And Tank Abbott wins the first bout of the Ultimate. And he did not use that much energy, which is a big thing, guys.
And there's a real good look at it. You can see Jenham's head
There's nothing he can
bulging
do.
that chain link fence. He's caught there, nothing to do, and you'll see him now tap out.
Looks very painful.
Oh, side control. That's bad.
Side control and not as close to the
It looks like
fence
he's
as
got a
you
head
thought in
crank.
the first
Looks
round.
like he's got a neck crank here. It's tough to see from this angle. They got their backs to us, but it looks like Trevor Prangley. There you go. Yes, he does. He's got a neck crank. He might smother Curtis down here. This is all muscle and strength, but it might work.
There it is. It's all over. It's all over. The neck crank submission win for Trevor Prangley.
Trevor Prangley taking a page out of Mark Coleman, Dan Severn.
So the first takedown is there for Alexei Oleinik.
This is exactly how we finished Mirko Cro Cop, with this exact neck crank from the scarfold or side mount position. Puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the back of your neck. It's very important now that Alexei relaxes his arms, and there's a tap.
So another submission for Alexei Oleinik came in with 37 wins by submission and 11 different ways. Gets it done. Once again, he makes quick work of Anthony Hamilton.
Here he rocks Anthony Hamilton bad, takes him right to the ground, and I question whether he should do that, but when you've got 39 submissions to your record, I guess you're pretty comfortable down here. And there's the neck crank, the same one he used in his last fight to beat Mirko Cro Cop.
And, Nicholson's still learning a lot of these positions. You can see right now he doesn't have an answer for this, kind of covered up. He needs to grab a wrist.
Oh, there's a tap. That could not have felt good for Nicholson. It goes into the books as a submission win for Misha Serkunov.
Just showed his inexperience here. Didn't know what to do in this position. Wasn't fighting for wrist control. Wasn't fighting against the body lock. Bad position here. Opens up his neck, and this isn't a rear naked choke, but you could see the crank there.